Hi everybody. So today we're going to talk about and meditate with our second chakra, the sacral chakra, otherwise known in Sanskrit as Svadisthana. And the second chakra, your sacral chakra, is represented by the element of water. So it ebbs and flows. It represents our cohesiveness, our ability to flow with what is. It's a lunar, feminine energy. And Svadisthana actually translate to your own place or the dwelling place of the self. It's represented by a 6-petaled lotus. And in some representations, there is a crescent moon. The color is orange, and it resides below the navel. It is the home of our creative energy, our sexual energy. And when we talk about being creative, this is not only to procreate. Obviously, procreation is part of this chakra, but also, we can create when we are cooking, gardening, when we're making art or music. So really, we can always be in a creative mode. So when our second chakra becomes imbalanced, we tend to have a lot of things going on. A lot of things can go on, but one of the things is the feeling of lack, repressed creativity. You can have completely lacking creativity, sexual dysfunction. You can tend to want to withhold intimacy, not purposely or intentionally. You become a little bit isolated emotionally. There can be fear of change, addiction, depression, lack of self-esteem. So this is the center of our feeling, our emotion, our pleasure, our sensuality, our intimacy, our connection with others, and yes, even our fantasies. So again, like we mentioned with Muladhara, the root chakra, we could have an excess of imbalance right now just simply due to the pandemic. If you think about it being our emotional isolation, and we can feel that if we're imbalanced. Well, right now we're kind of being thrust into that. So if you're feeling a little or a lot of these things that we're talking about, it's okay. And we're just going to work to balance it today. So your second chakra also correlates with flexibility in your mind, your body, your spirit. Again, going with the flow, it's that water element. But it also directly correlates with your ability to have fun. And, again, right now may be hard for you or any of us to have fun. So those of you that like rocks, like myself, or crystals, you can use carnelian. It's a good stone for your second chakra. There's a lot of good stones for this second chakra, but I like to work with carnelian myself. So we want to awaken our creative energy. So one way to awaken our creative energy is to play like a child. If you've ever noticed kids when they're playing, before they've been hit by any conditioning of the world, the outer world, they just play. And if things go awry or if things don't go their way, they may throw a tantrum, but just as quick as they erupt, they quickly get over it. And they just move on and continue to play. So truly, children have this, innate ability to ebb and flow. So you can play like a child. You can create a meal. Like I said, creativity is not just about art and music, although it is that too. So our lovely friend Charlotte of our Mom's Yoga community, we've talked about this before, and she would say, get an onion and just start to cut an onion with no plan. Get out a pan, put some oil in it, cut up an onion, and put it in there. Let it caramelize. And don't have a plan. Just start to work with what's in the kitchen. Have the aroma of the onion permeate your senses in your kitchen. And play in the kitchen. The second chakra is about taking a risk, letting your imagination roam. We want to get in tune with our senses. And a lot of times in yoga, we talk about moving away, withdrawal of the senses. Well, today I want you to get in tune with them. I want you to hear and taste, touch, get in tune with your sight. As kids, as children, we're learning about our senses. We learn depth. We learn about taste and touch. I can remember when my nephew was little, the first time he came over when I had a Christmas tree up, he literally touched every single ornament on the tree. He just wanted to touch them. He didn't want to play with them or pull them off or anything. He just wanted to touch them. He was learning about his senses. So right now, I'd like for you to go back in time and think about yourself playing as a child. So you can close your eyes. Maybe you were playing kickball with a group of kids. Maybe you were drawing. Maybe you played hopscotch. Maybe you made a strawberry dirt soup. I know I did that a lot. Maybe you were climbing a tree. Maybe you were just roaming around your yard singing. Again, something I did a lot. So just let your imagination roam and think back to your childhood. Vividly recall moments in your childhood of play. At some point, someone, somewhere, told you that you were not good enough, that you couldn't do it. Most of us have moments like that from our childhood, and some of us even as we grew older. So now I want you, for this exercise, and don't worry, we're not going to dwell here long, but just think back and recall a moment where someone or something made you feel not good enough. Maybe you drew a picture and someone told you you were never going to be an artist. Maybe you were dancing and someone told you you did not know how to dance. Maybe you were singing and someone told you your voice was horrible. Maybe you were playing softball and someone told you to give up. So take the next few moments and think back to a time when someone made you feel not good enough. So hopefully you have that moment. I think for most of us, if we've done any self-study, self-help work, whatever you want to call it, most of us have become aware of that moment that shaped us a little. So now I want you to create a different ending. I want you to use the full force of your imagination. And I want you to create the ending that whoever this person was, and a lot of times I have found in working with other people that sometimes these people that influenced us so majorly weren't even really close to us. So whoever it is, I want you to imagine them with a different outcome. And if the person that you're thinking of is really, it triggers you, then pick someone else or something else. And use your imagination to see them encouraging you, praising you. Whatever creative masterpiece you were working on, see yourself being worshipped, praised, and told that you were an artist. So take a few moments to truly dive deep into your imagination and visualize this new ending. Feel the feeling of being proud. Feel your heart and your belly. Notice the disappointment kind of goes away, the tightness in the belly releases, and you feel worthy. And you feel the excitement of wanting to make more and create more, or hit more balls, or whatever it is that you were doing at that time. Really flip that script. And if you haven't had time at this point to really go deep into that imagination, then definitely you can pause this now, or you can do it afterwards. I personally recommend pausing it now and diving deep. But if you had the opportunity to flip the script and visualize that different ending, then I want you to make a promise to yourself, to your adult self, that whatever thing, sport, art, cooking, singing, whatever it was that you were told was not good enough, I want you to tell your adult self and promise your adult self right now that you will go back and create or do whatever that was as soon as possible. Immediately, if not sooner, right? Right after this meditation today. I want you to go do it. So our second chakra is also responsible for how well we relate to others and people we work with, and just others in our relationship world, everybody. So again, if that scenario triggered you, again, pick someone else. You can have a different ending with whatever you choose. It's your childhood. It's your imagination. This is not to say it didn't happen to you, but this is creating a new samskara, a new groove, a new pattern in your thoughts to work with. Allow yourself to feel nurtured, inspired, and harmonious. So at this point, you can stay seated position, you can come to laying down. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. We're going to go into the meditation portion for our second chakra. So whatever position you chose, bring your forefingers and your thumbs to touch, forming a diamond shape, and put it over your second chakra, which is right below the navel, right above the pubic bone. Take some deep breaths into this space until you're relaxed. As always, you can make the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale if you're feeling anxious or triggered. Allow yourself to really become calm and relaxed. And now relinquish control of your breath. And ask the angels of divine white light to come assist and aid you in any healing, any help that you may need to balance your second chakra. Feel the healing energy, the prana, in the palms of the hands. Feel the warmth. Now visualize this divine white, starry light energy penetrating the space below the navel. See these white, starry, energetic lights penetrate the sexual organs, the lower abdomen space, continue to watch these starry lights absorb any darkness that encompasses the space. See this white light become a healing and nurturing silken cloth draped over any physical or mental injuries or past hurts. If you find anything bubbling up to the surface, let it rise so that it can be let go, so that you can heal. Now visualize this white starry light begin to take on a warmer glow. Notice how the white begins to flow effortlessly into an effulgent, golden orange light. Feel the warmth of this light as it turns from white to a golden orange. Intensify this feeling of the warm. Feel the hands and the entire lower abdomen space, sexual organs. Feel the warmth in this area. Allow this warm golden orange light to nourish and heal this space. Visualize any broken pieces left in this area, literally mending themselves. See how the broken pieces are being put back together by this warm orange light. And notice as the pieces continue to come back together, they begin to manifest as the masterpiece you once tossed aside when you were a child. Once again, visualize that hurt child. And watch his or her facial expression morph from hurt and disappointment and sadness to a playful, fun, childlike smile. Hear your own laughter. Hear your joy. See and feel your joy. Stay with your childlike, happy self. Feel the joy, excitement, the pleasure. Feel yourself being nurtured. Bring your attention back to your sacral chakra, your second chakra in the hands. And visualize that 6-petaled orange lotus. The sound and vibration that is associated with Svadisthana is Vam. Vam. You can repeat that to yourself mentally or aloud. And then we're going to just use a couple of affirmations to really kind of dig that groove, that samskarat groove, a little deeper. I am saturated with powerful golden orange healing light. My life is filled with pleasure. I am safe in expressing my sexuality. I allow happiness in. I am creative. I share and express my happiness with others. I am saturated with powerful, golden orange healing light. A warm, orange, healing energy a warm, soft ocean wave is penetrating through my cells and my organs. This healing energy flows. I am creative. I allow happiness in. Take a moment to thank the divine angels for their service and ask them for protection and discernment with boundaries while allowing love and playfulness in. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. And don't forget that you made a promise to yourself to go back and create that masterpiece, no matter what it was, as soon as possible.